Can you feel it? If you think all that's happening right now would be happening if she was in the White House, think again. Rats are fleeing the sinking ship. Patriots are rising. Truth is being dispensed nationwide like never before. And even terrorists in Saudi Arabia are being purged. First, Donna Brazile, the disgraced CNN contributor and former DNC chair who got caught giving presidential debate questions to Hillary Clinton, now openly admits the entire DNC primary was a rigged inside job for Hillary.
This victory fund agreement, Brazile notes, had been signed in August 2015, just 4 months after Hillary announced her candidacy, and nearly a year before she officially had the nomination.
And for some unknown reason, although we can speculate, she says she feared for her life after the murder of Seth Rich. And then there's Tony Podesta, who, given the power of the DC Podesta lobbying group, is even more powerful than his brother John. Tony just stepped down in disgrace from Podesta Group amid a new probe by Robert Mueller because among Tony Podesta's clients was Uranium One. And as Sebastian Gorka, the former deputy assistant to President Trump, explains, the mounting scandals against these criminals can no longer be hidden by the mainstream media.
There's so many scandals, we have to separate them. Number one, there's the Uranium One deal. That's treasonous, okay? We have to deal with that. Second, there's the dodgy dossier, which is about Russian disinformation being used to slander Donald Trump. And then thirdly, there's James Comey using that disinformation to create a special prosecutor trigger that is used to investigate the president. And then lastly, the fourth story is Fusion GPS.
And it's all coming out. And as George Webb explains, it can bring them all down.
Podesta controls ARMZ Uranium Holding Company. That's why I'm naming Podesta Group. That's why I'm naming ARMZ. That's why I'm naming the DNC. That's why I'm naming the Iwan spy ring. That's why I'm naming Hillary for America.
And according to George Webb, Tony Podesta was basically the hitman for Hillary.
The reason why I'm suing Tony Podesta and the Podesta Group is because they're the head of the octopus. And the arms of the octopus that they control is Hillary for America. He's the chairman. And then in turn, they then took control of the DNC, which had control of the Iwan spy ring. So this is all one arm and one tentacle it's all one lawsuit.
And then there's the Purge in Saudi Arabia. In total, 11 princes, 4 serving ministers, 10 ex-ministers, and a dozen high officials detained on the orders of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Perhaps it's all lining up for World War III with Iran as the ultimate boogeyman, but here's a fact. Saudi Arabia has long been the source of funding for international terror. In 2014, Prince Bandar bin Sultan threatened Russian President Vladimir Putin with terrorist attacks against the Sochi Olympics by Chechen rebels he openly admitted to controlling if Putin refused to withdraw his backing for Assad and the Syrian government. Putin did not back down, and Russia was hit.
A video posted online shows 2 men who claim to be the suicide bombers behind one of last month's bloody bombings in Volgograd, Russia. The video is just adding to the fear that Russia won't be able to stop a terror attack at the Olympic Games.
And then there's the poison gas attack in the Damascus suburb of Ghouta, blamed on Assad, later proven to be sponsored by Saudi Arabia.
The Saudis play a principal role here. I mean, Saudi Arabia's role in Syria cannot be overstated.
Militants in the Damascus suburb of Ghouta admitted to Dale Gavluck, a freelance AP journalist who broke the story for Mint Press News, that they received the chemical weapons from Saudi Arabia.
And of course, the Saudi Arabian involvement in 9/11.
Newly declassified information from a U.S. report on the 9/11 attacks have revealed links between al-Qaeda operatives and former Saudi ambassador to the U.S. Prince Bandar bin Sultan. The revelations have further fueled speculations about possible Saudi government involvement in the attacks.
So it should come as some relief that this Saudi billionaire, Prince Al-Walid Talal, an Obama and Hillary Clinton cheerleader who once tweeted this to Donald Trump, "You are a disgrace not only to the GOP, but to all America. Withdraw from the U.S. presidential race, as you will never win." To which Trump responded, "Dopey Prince Al-Walid Talal wants to control our U.S. politicians with daddy's money. Can't do it when I get elected." Trump 2016. And now one of those men has been arrested. As Anon writes, do you feel it? The reason Antifa's well-planned violent revolt didn't happen is that suddenly the money wasn't there. The signs were all made, the posters all printed, and Antifa thugs were primed for violence. But two things never showed: the leaders and the money. So no Antifa got bussed into the cities, nobody got paid, and the leaders didn't show either. Saudi Arabia was funneling a lot of money into the DNC and Media Matters. That's on record. But Trump changed something with SAE, and now they are arresting their own princes for corruption, including one who owns more of Twitter than Jack Dorsey. The balance of power with Saud changed abruptly. The money suddenly stopped flowing, and they have turned off their support of the DNC. Do you feel it? We won. Incidentally, according to journalist William Craddock, Al-Walid bin Talal owns the Four Seasons, which in turn owns floors 35 through 39 of Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. Just a coincidence, right? Do you feel it? Big things are going down. Oh, by the way, speaking of terror and 9/11, Bakr bin Laden, chairman of Saudi bin Laden Group and brother of CIA asset Osama bin Laden, was also among those arrested in the Purge. A man who knows all too well that the official story about his brother pulling off the single greatest act of terror on American soil in history is a fairy tale. Big things are happening. Do you feel it? Thanks for tuning in, and for real news 24/7, visit us at sgtreport.com.
The world is run by elite pedophiles. President Trump is the first president in the history of the United States that has vowed to go after not only pedophiles, but the elite pedophiles.